right, we are here with United States Marine Corps veteran Eric
Morante.
Morante. All right, and so what was so tell me about why you joined the Marine Corps? Because you're just a regular old badass, and that's what you do when you're a badass. You join the Marines.
I've always wanted to be a Marine since I was a kid, and then after 9/11 happened, I was in high school, and then the war started shortly after. I knew that was the calling. I had to go. Because as soon as I graduated from high school, I went ahead and signed up. And I was already in the DEP program before I even left high school, so I did that for about a year. And then as soon as I got my papers graduating, I signed up and I left. I graduated May and I left June. And,
what year?
2003.
Wow.
2003 is when I graduated, and then did 3 months boot camp, 3 months of SOI training, and so that was 6 months of garrison, and then I got to the fleet in January 14th of 2008. I'm sorry, excuse me, 2004, and then February of 2004 I was in Iraq for my first tour.
2004. That's the year I was there. 2004 and 5.
I did a 7-month tour with Operation Iraqi Freedom, and then it came back for 6 months, and then went back on another 7-month tour.
And so tell me about how you got injured.
On my third tour to Iraq, which is in 2007, my squad was on an overpass of a bridge, and our main job was to make sure that there wasn't any IEDs being placed on the MSR Mobile, which is the main highway that cut through Iraq. And we were on a 15-foot overpass bridge when a suicide bomber filled with 3,000 pounds of explosives came underneath and detonated and blew the bridge, sending us flying and floating through the air. When I came to, I was completely covered in debris, concrete. I had, my left wrist was fractured. I had facial reconstruction done, jaw rewiring, broken teeth, amputation of the right leg. There was 8 of us on the bridge, and 6 of us had to get medevaced out of Iraq for further surgeries and therapy. And we've got a corpsman that's still in a vegetative state as of today.
Oh, that's just horrible. So where were you medevac to?
We were first taken to Balad, or Baghdad was the first actual spot. I really don't recall too much. That kind of still blurs out. From there we went to Landstuhl, Germany. I was there for a week, and then we went to Bethesda Naval Hospital, where I spent 3 months in the hospital. And then I went to Brooke Army Medical Center, where I stayed for 3.5 years.
Okay. Okay. And how long did you serve altogether?
7 years total, 3.5 years active duty, and 3.5 years on medical hold.
Okay. Would you go back and do it again?
Definitely.
Same answer. Every time I do an interview, I definitely go back and do it again. So, there's a mantra in the military, no man left behind, right?
Correct.
Now, do you feel like you've been a little bit left behind by the VA?
Not left. I mean, just from the VA wise, yes, they have not been as what we were promised.
Okay. So, do you need a wheelchair?
I do need a wheelchair.
Has the VA given you a proper wheelchair?
No. The standard issue wheelchair that they offered me was heavy. It was bulky. I couldn't fit anywhere in this home. And like I said, I couldn't lift it.
Couldn't lift it. Okay. You drive, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so you can't lift the wheelchair that they gave you years ago to put in the back of your truck, right?
No.
Like it just wasn't happening. And the prosthetic, did the VA issue you your prosthetic?
This prosthetic I got at the Center for the Intrepid, so the VA has not given me a prosthetic.
Okay. And this has you talked about the knee joint.
Correct.
On this. Tell me about that. How cool it is.
It's a mechanical knee. It's got a Microsoft chip processor in it that monitors, my gait, the way that I walk. And if there's an uphill slope or a downhill slope, it has a resistance going down. If I want to go upstairs, that has a mode on there that can actually help me.
That's really cool.
Assist me with climbing the stairs.
Okay.
Lock in place.
Okay, and even with that, even with the prosthetic, what you really need is a wheelchair. Because why? Why is it that you need a wheelchair instead of, the pair of crutches that the VA gave you and the prosthetic that someone else gave you?
Correct. Well, at my home, I need my wheelchair. At the end of the day, this leg weighs 15 pounds, so that takes a toll on my hip, takes a toll on my back. I'd like to take it off and be comfortable and be in a chair where I can still utilize my hands and still be able to move instead of sitting in crutches, standing in crutches all day long, having the sores.
Okay, and the other thing I wanted to ask you is, you're also having some physical issues with your
Residual.
right leg, correct? So having the prosthetic on does hurt it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't make it heal better. And what you need is some relief. Is that what I heard the seating specialist talking about?
And that's obviously would take being off the leg for a couple of days, to up until like a week or so. And we get sores, you get rashes, you get folliculitis, just all depending on how you maintain your leg. And even with the best maintenance, you're still going to have some issues, whether it be an ingrown hair. An ingrown hair will put you in a wheelchair for a week.
Well, we don't want your injury to get worse. I think it's bad enough. I don't think we want your injury to get worse.
Like I said, just having the wheelchair would be that much of a relief as well, to kind of rest the leg and let it heal as well before I have to put the leg back on.
Okay. Do you feel like that'll give you some independence and a little bit more freedom to have a proper wheelchair?
Definitely. And I take it, outside of the home as well.
Correct.
Like I said, in case I couldn't use the leg, then I'd still be able to do my errands or my day-to-day with the wheelchair.
Okay, so I think what we're talking about, what I heard the seating specialist say, is a titanium 12.5-pound lightweight chair, right?
I think so, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that weighs as much as an AR-15, right?
I think so. It said 11 pounds. I know for sure, like some of the AR-15s that I've held are in the 8 to 10 range. So.
Okay, all right. So you're used to carrying that much weight at least, right? Definitely. I think your left arm is that strong enough for that, right?
I think we can do that.
Okay, all right, cool. So we're gonna work on that for you. And I just want to comment on Zeus in the background. Zeus is a puppy, and he's being trained by a Marine. So you can see how good Zeus is being right now. We got a little close to his boss. Master? No?
Just companion.
Yeah, okay. A little earlier, and he did kind of get up and walk towards us, but he's being a real good companion. Battle buddy. He's being a really good battle buddy right now, so he's doing good. Is there anything else that you want to tell me or say, or is there anything else we can cover?
For having the organization up and running, this is incredible. I've been waiting for some type of custom wheelchair here at this VA for the last 2 years, and haven't gotten anything just yet, just besides the standard stuff. But
you've been waiting for 2 years?
I've been here for 2 years.
Oh, that brings up another question. So you live in San Antonio, correct?
Correct.
But we're in Houston.
Right.
Because you're visiting the VA in Houston. And so when you and I were having our preliminary conversation, tell everybody listening what you told me about why you're still driving from San Antonio to Houston and you're not visiting the VA in San Antonio.
Well, I hadn't fully been through the whole process here at the Houston VA yet, because it's taken longer than 2 years to, fully get in. And if I were to transfer back over to San Antonio, everything that I had worked up for the last 2 years here would have to get restarted back in San Antonio, and I don't know how long that would.
So you'd have to start over from ground zero. And who's been your biggest advocate?
For myself.
For you. You've been your biggest advocate,
right,
from what I understood earlier. You're the one that's being the go-between guy and doing all the paperwork and staying on top of it.
I've actually had to travel so much back and forth and do all the legwork, and it's kind of funny and ironic.
So you're the guy with one leg doing all the work, and
it's just
a little aggravating.
It is. It's very frustrating, and then especially with the traffic and things that I have to go through here, it opens up a lot more.
Okay. And then one more comment. Who's your favorite baseball team?
Astros.
I see that hat. They're getting a lot of play on this video. Okay, well, I am going to stop videotaping you now, and I am going to load all this stuff on our website and Facebook, and we're going to get your process going today for your wheelchair. So I don't have to wait anymore, and you can leave the VA in Houston and feel free to just go to the VA in San Antonio, and we'll see you on the red carpet in Vegas with your new wheelchair.
That'd be great.
Okay. All right. Producer's Choice Awards. Do you know that that's where you're going to get your wheelchair?
No.
Yep. It's going to be at the Producer's Choice Awards in Las Vegas. We're going to present you with your wheelchair right there on the red carpet.
Awesome.
So it's going to be awesome. Yeah. So I'm really appreciative to them for sponsoring us. And Susan Giacona is on our board, and she's a Nashville singer-songwriter. So you might want to kind of look her up. And because of Susan, we are getting this big opportunity to showcase you and to showcase our nonprofit. I see this is getting up. He wants to be on camera. Look at how pretty he is. All right, take care. Oorah!